Well, we need a strong foreign service because our country cannot succeed overseas without it. I mean, there are times when we have to depend almost solely on our military. When we were attacked on 9/11, I was U.S. ambassador to NATO at the time in Brussels. We had to depend on our military to defend us. But there are often many more times when the State Department and our diplomats have to take the lead. So if you think about the big challenges for the millennial generation, climate change, trafficking of human beings, trying to counter terrorist cartels, terrorist groups, trying to deal with the whole range of cyber problems or pandemics. These are the great transnational problems that are going to be at the center of what young Americans are going to face for the next 30 to 40 years. On very few of them can we use the military to get our way or to advance our interests or to overcome the problem. We're going to have to rely on civilians. In this case, foreign service and civil service officers who understand the world, who speak foreign languages, who have experience being overseas, who use the power of the U.S. government to create coalitions to be successful. So I actually think the trend line, if you look at our global problems over the next several decades, will demand that we have a strong foreign service and civil service and enough people in the government who are well trained to work for America. The military is always going to be important, but the military will be the first to tell you they can't lead on climate change. They can't lead on pandemics. They can't lead on trafficking of human beings. And as we try to end wars, end this terrible war in Syria, for instance, it's diplomats who do that. It's diplomats who work out the really difficult compromises at the end of a war. So you always are going to need diplomats.